This is Saturday Morning Mysteries.
And we're your hosts, Alexis and Grace. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Welcome back to another episode of Saturday Morning Mysteries, where we're your hosts. I'm Alexis.
I'm Grace.
And things are getting spooky up in here because it is finally the beginning of our favorite time of the year. Not only the holiday arcs that we do to round up the year, but in particular, our October Halloween spooky, creepy themed arc. We're very excited. For those of you who are new to the podcast, what we do every October, every November, and every December is we do episodes that are specifically themed based on those months. So in October, we only do Halloween episodes of cartoons. In November, we do fall/nebulous Thanksgiving episodes of things that there aren't enough of, but we find them. And in December, of course, we do winter/holiday related themed episodes of cartoons. Anything flies, anything goes, whatever show we want to talk about. Whether we've covered it on this podcast before or not, as long as it falls into one of those categories during the month that we're covering it, we can cover it. And so, it's just a fun way for us to get into the holiday spirit, a fun way for us to like round out the year and wrap up the year, another year of podcasting. And I think a fun way to make you guys get ready for the holidays too. And relive some of your favorite episodes of old cartoons. So Grace is up first today. She's going to get us kicked off and help us get all the cobwebs on. Actually, we're not brushing them off. We're putting the cobwebs on. Getting all
Sprinkle
creepy.
them all over us.
Exactly. Putting fake blood on ourselves, putting scary stickers on our windows to scare away neighborhood kids, and, getting ready for the holiday of
we're ready.
Halloween, my second favorite holiday of the year. But to that note, Grace, I hand it over to you. I'm so excited. I can't wait. And also, sorry, before I hand it over to you, I can't believe this is our third Halloween arc. Because it's the end of our third year as a Saturday Morning Mysteries podcast. So crazy to think about. Lots of changes in life since then,
Truly.
Our backgrounds have changed. All of
what
that
we did.
stuff. So,
lots of changes, but you know what's tried and true? Halloween. Holiday arcs.
Halloween. It's always here for us, and we will always cover cartoon episodes about it. So,
boom.
Let's go.
Yeah, that is crazy. So, I'm so excited for Halloween arc. That was a beautiful introduction, explainer about what's going to happen the next 3 months, et cetera, et cetera. And I think important, you kind of mentioned it for the November, fall, Thanksgiving, nebulous arc. But sometimes with these episodes, we just make them work. We're like, this thing in this episode reminds me of this holiday. So it's now happening. So
yes, that is one of my episodes too. It's like
that's all of my episodes. Let's be honest.
Is it actually anything to do with Halloween? No, but tangentially, I can make it about Halloween. So I will and am, and I assume you will be too.
Yes, I'm like, is this a creepy thing that's like spooky in some way? It counts as Halloween, even if they don't say the word Halloween in the episode.
Which is funny though, because the whole basis of this podcast is like creepy, spooky mystery. Like any show that we could do, we could turn into a Halloween themed thing. But we get real into it in October in particular.
We lean real hard. I think in October too, we have even more side tangents about like whatever spooky thing is happening. Sometimes we'll just go into a deep dive about like why this reminded us of Halloween and like some lore behind the thing. So,
and that's always my favorite part.
We've got some history.
Go back and listen to old Halloween playlists of ours or our old Halloween episodes, because we've done some real fun, like spooky, creepy cryptids and like ghost stories and demons, occult stuff. So, and we're gonna have more of that this year. I already know.
I think that's one of my favorite parts of the Halloween arc is just like being able to nerd out on like these types of things and learn more about things I didn't know and histories I didn't know and all that kind of stuff.
Because there's only so much with Thanksgiving. Like it gets sad too when you talk about like the history of Thanksgiving, and there's only something. Instantly, it doesn't get sad; it starts sad.
It is sad.
And Halloween, Christmas is like there's only so much you can talk about. So
and then a lot of times Halloween, like it's snowing, so it's a Christmas arc.
Here's the history of snow. No.
Let me take you through the water cycle. That's some magic school bus shit.
Yeah. Right. Man.
I'm sure there's a
Anyway,
snow
never
episode.
mind.
About the
Yeah, I was
school
gonna
bus.
say, I wonder, should I have used that for Christmas/December? Anyways,
Who knows?
anywho.
Y'all have to wait and see. But
Mm-hmm.
until we get to that arc, we are here for our Halloween arc. We started a week early because, yes, it's our fave arc. So today, I
Mm-hmm.
am doing an episode that we haven't covered since the original arc of this, which was one of our first year arcs of Rescue Rangers. Chip and
Oh,
Dale,
Dale,
Rescue
Rangers,
Rangers.
Chip and Dale, when there's danger.
So yes, as we know, and you know what? Here, folks, I'm gonna admit, when I was listening to this episode, I was like, "Fuck, I should have rated this episode higher in our March Madness theme song arc." Like this theme
Oh,
song,
yeah, it's
it
a
really
banger.
it
It made it to like the quarterfinals,
it made
right?
it
It
pretty
made it
far.
through a round or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
But you had
it's
to you had to convince me of it, and I should have given it to it right
yeah,
away. I was just so inundated with all the other ones all at once, but
yeah.
I
Because
really appreciated it here.
it's one of those ones where you're like,
The
hey,
sleeper.
you hire a producer and you're like, hey, nothing serious, two chipmunks and a couple other rodents going
Yeah,
on
just running
adventures,
around.
solving mysteries real quick.
Yeah.
Just a real cute jingle will be fine.
And
Jingle.
they said, let me make some phone calls.
Jingle, please. Piano on fire as they're playing.
Let me get the
Like,
orchestra in here,
so
okay?
good. Yeah. It's for people who haven't seen Chip and Dale, go listen to the theme song. Like
Yes,
watch the
Rescue
show too,
Rangers.
but listen to
Yeah.
the theme song. Thank you. Yes, Rescue Rangers, Chip and Dale
Yes.
Rescue Rangers. Because it's
Yes.
way more intense than it legally should be
Yes,
for a
yeah, the song is
cartoon about
illegal.
rodents. Yeah.
Truly an illegal song.
Insane. They brought in an entire orchestra to freaking perform this shit. You hear the horns, you hear the strings, the cello players in the
two
back
chipmunks
crying. Yeah.
For
Probably
chipmunks,
all
one of
wearing
who
all
is wearing a
black.
Hawaiian shirt is one of the
Yeah.
chipmunks, and that's the song that they
And the
produced
other
for
one
this.
is dressed as Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
So like that's how serious the
So
show is
fuck
compared
that.
to the seriousness of this song. Anyways,
Truly. So
can't
yes,
wait.
I'm taking us all the way back to Chip and Dale
Nice.
Rescue Rangers with season 2, episode 40, entitled "Pie in the Sky."
Mm.
And we'll get to why it's a Halloween episode, and you'll know when we
Okay,
get there.
I trust you.
So,
Okay, I trust you.
thank you. We start off in the park. The gang is in the middle of something right now. We see Monty, who's kind of like a bigger rat with an Australian accent. He's using a grappling hook to scale a brick wall. Gadget, who is wearing a very cute purple jumper. She's a female mouse and the kind of genius of the group, the only smart one of the group,
Yeah.
we should say.
Yes. The inventor. Mhm.
Yes, the inventor. She's setting up zip lines to get over it. One of them is freaking, I think probably Monty, is like wielding like a butter knife, like a machete, as like they go through this forest in this park.
Oh, they are in the middle of something.
They're in the middle of something right now.
Literally, what's happening? Because a butter knife to them too is very deadly.
Yeah, it's bigger than they are.
Yeah,
Truly,
it's a
fully.
weapon. Yeah.
Yeah, a deadly weapon. So, yes, we see them like on this mission going through the park here, and they end up, we see, running, sprinting to a frisbee that got lost in a tree. A little thankful dog runs up behind them. They're able to grappling hook that frisbee down, and they pass it off to the dog, who runs away very happy. And
Nice.
Gadget, Monty, Zipper, who's a little fly,
Yes.
and Dale are all like, we did it. That dog's so happy. Like, a job well done. Good for all of us.
You didn't name someone though.
I didn't name Chip here, as you'll note. Yes, Chip, our Indiana Jones. Dale is the one with the Hawaiian shirt. Chip is unimpressed. He basically is like, this job was lame. This job was unexciting. Like, I got into this work for a big case. Like, that's why I do this. I want the big case, the intense case, like the thrilling case. This is some bullshit. And they're all like, yeah,
Fair.
okay, whatever, Chip. Like,
Yeah, he is the thrill seeker. He always wants
Exactly.
more from his
he wants
work.
more, bigger, better,
Yeah.
greater.
Yeah, more dangerous.
More oh, he wants more dangerous.
Oh, great. Oh, great.
Honey, will you regret that?
Yeah.
Yes, he will. So, back at their HQ, their headquarters in the tree that they all live in, Chip is trying to think of some possible big cases they could take on. You know, we could, rescue all of the endangered whales from the ocean. We could solve all of the mysteries of the Bermuda Triangle and find all of the lost planes and ships, which
Could, I guess.
could, but that seems like
Maybe.
a lot.
Yeah.
And That's like exactly everyone else's attitude. Like Gadget is like waving him off. She and Monty are installing like basically like a new GPS system into like the little plane that they have and just like, actually doing work.
Hmm.
But they're interrupted when a swallow, like a little bird, like
Hmm.
zooms in. We learn that this bird is named Midge. So I'm just gonna call the bird Midge
Mm.
from now on.
Okay.
And Midge flies in, kind of in passing, and she's asking for directions to, I think you say Capistrano. Capistrano. It's in California.
Oh,
They
okay.
said it, and
I
I
don't
just don't
know.
remember how to say it.
Gotcha.
Whatever.
I'm
This bird
unfamiliar.
needs
So,
directions to California, the California coast,
that
basically.
sounds far because aren't they like in New York or something? I guess
Yeah.
actually maybe are they? Okay. I don't know
I
if it's
think
fictionalized or what, but I feel like they're in New
I think
York.
I always think that it's New York because it's like a big
Yeah.
city. They're like in Central Park vibe type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Hmm.
I'm pretty sure the UN's been there, like
True.
in our
Hmm.
episodes, all this kind of stuff. So yes, Midge is saying that it's migration season, but she, on the way to migrate, accidentally lost the flock that she was with, like the
Mm.
flock of other swallows, and so she needs to figure out a way to California. Like she can't figure it out.
Yeah.
And Gadget, Monty, and Zipper are like, "Oh, you poor thing! Like, of course we'll help you. Like, we'll figure out directions for you." And Chip shuts that shit down. He's like, one, we do not know how to get to California from here. And two, we're not gonna figure out how to get to California from here. Like, we're not a delivery service. We're not gonna get on this plane and fly this molest ass baby bird out.
Oh,
Like, absolutely not. And
buddy, you said
buddy,
you wanted more excitement.
yeah, take a bird trip to California. What's the big
Yeah, that sounds
deal?
fun. Yeah.
And yeah, Chip is harsh right here to the point where this little baby sparrow Midge starts crying, which then
Mhm.
makes Gadget and Monty and Zipper all start crying because he was so mean.
Mhm.
Dale comes out immediately, starts crying. We know he's a little softy at heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even Chip, who seeing all of his friends crying and this tiny, adorable little bird heartbroken and lost and alone, Chip tears up and gives in and accepts the case and says,
Good.
yes, yes, we'll help. And like, we do wonder like where all of these other birds indeed have gone that you were
Hmm.
migrating with. So
Yeah.
they all load up. They're going to get on the road slash take to the skies here in their plane.
Hmm.
While they do that, we hard cut
Ooh.
to the desert, potentially the California desert, maybe Joshua Tree-ish, with
Okay.
this like dun dun like Jaws music, like
Oh, the
dun dun
Jaws music
dun
is back.
dun dun.
Oh,
Yes,
John
it's
Williams,
always
he's doing his
back.
thing.
He's back, baby. So like that music's slowly going on as we see in this like almost empty desert, we think. All of a sudden, from the ground, like with this intense music, we see so it's this semicircle and erupting from the ground is basically like solar mirrors. So not like just solar panel, but like a solar powered mirror, basically, where essentially we
Hmm.
eventually learn that like the sun hits this mirror which somehow like both takes in energy to power stuff up and also causes the reflection of the sun. So
Oh,
that's a thing
okay.
that's
Yikes.
happening. And it's, oh
Okay.
yes, it's already given evil genius vibes happening.
It
So
is. Yeah. Yeah.
it's
It's like, let's make
popping
solar
up.
panels, but make them evil,
Make them,
you know?
yes, let's make
Yeah.
them for the worse.
Yeah.
So yes, they're
Let's
rising
make
from
them
the
make the
ground.
environment worse off,
Yeah,
actually, by increasing the temperature of places where it shouldn't be increased.
exactly in the middle of the fucking desert here.
Yeah.
So yes, as they raise up, they illuminate and we see, uh-oh, what? Do you know a
I just
supervillain who
had the
does this?
worst. No, I just had the worst theory from that based on what happened to the rest of the
Let
birds.
me hear it. Let me just briefly hear it.
That like the reflection of the sun bounced back off and like disintegrated them as they flew over. And it's just like poof, a bunch of birds just like exploding in the sky.
You know,
And this one
Alexis,
little baby bird made it because it's too small. One ray couldn't hit it because
you
it's
did it perfectly.
yeah.
You know, Alexis, I wouldn't say put a pin in that, but maybe dog ear that, not quite
Dog
as intense
ear,
as a
okay, we'll
pin,
do
not
that.
exact as a pin, but a dog ear. perhaps, of
Okay.
this theory, which is why I
Okay.
had a feeling you were going to say that. I needed you to express it so we could just
All
dog ear
right,
that
good.
page.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. I'm sure someone else listening is thinking it too. So we're all in
Yeah.
this together, gang.
We're
Yeah.
y'all are in it now.
All right. Oh no.
And yes,
Oh
we
no.
see it turn on. And we see, yes, the rays reflect onto, we hear something like powering up. And we see what it's reflecting onto. Because we kind of see a shadow. So we're like, oh, the light is hitting something. And it
Yeah.
very slowly turns. And we see a statue, like a multi-storied, like as big as a building
Mm.
statue. It's made of metal. Think like Statue of Liberty size type of
Oh,
statue,
wow.
including that you can
Okay.
like clearly go inside of it. And also, it's a statue of a woman, not Statue of Liberty,
Hmm.
but of a woman,
Okay.
specifically of a old lady, kind of like grandma
Okay.
status. She's got a tight
Okay.
high bun, an apron over her purple dress. She's kind of plump, like little sweet grandma plump. She's got tiny
Okay.
glasses. She has in one hand a pie that this giant statue's holding, and the other one, her hand is raised towards the sky. It's holding an enormous fork. So like a little baker grandma.
High in the sky.
Pie, there is a
Okay.
pie, and we're in the
Sounds
sky.
very good too right now. We're almost in
Hmm.
pie season, by the way, so I'm
Ooh,
liking this. Could have been a
baby.
Thanksgiving episode too, Grace.
Shit.
Perhaps. Just
Oh, you'll
saying.
find out. You'll change your mind when we
Why
get to
it's
the
not?
Halloween portion.
Okay.
You'll find
Okay.
out.
Gotcha. Cool. Is it a bunch of dead birds? That's scary
Well,
to me. So, well, okay. Well, we'll get
well,
there.
you go again. We're all in this together now, folks. You're in it now. You're in it like you're in
We have
that
all
pie,
these
folks.
we have all these clues floating around and they're gonna come together by the
Flying
end.
around, if you will.
And yes, pun was
And we
not
will.
intended, but I'll act like it was.
Here we are.
Yeah.
And so from inside, again, you could like go into this statue. So we could kind of see like up in the eyes, like you could see like someone in there. We
Hmm.
hear a very high pitched voice of an old woman singing. And I wish I remembered the actual like tune that it went to, but here are the
Yeah.
lyrics to what she's singing. Six a song of sixpence, pocket full of rye. Mrs. Sweeney makes you her favorite chicken pie.
Okay.
Okay. And
Chicken pot pie?
just chicken pie. Could be
Let's
chicken pot pie.
see.
Could be.
Okay.
Could be.
Mrs. Sweeney, that's her name.
That's her name, Alexis. Astute observation.
Mm.
That is her name.
Mm.
Put a short, perhaps knife-shaped pin into that. A razor pin, razor
Scissor,
blade into
perhaps,
that,
or razor
perhaps.
blade. Mm. Let me
So
postpone my barber trip to another time,
let
another
me just put
day
this till
while you
after
listen, while you
October.
retell this story. Yeah.
Yes, Alexis. So as we hear
Interesting.
this, put even a pin,
Hmm.
yeah, full razor blade into that, undog ear
Yeah.
that. We'll get to it.
All
But
right.
as we hear this, we slowly enter, yes, the top of the statue, where we see a familiar looking figure, one that exactly matches the statue,
Hmm.
sitting in basically a command center. So it's this old lady who looks exactly like the statue,
Okay.
sitting in a command center. There's screens everywhere, brass machines, levers, classically a single chair that she's sitting in among all of it.
Hmm.
And she presses some buttons and she's like a little screen in front of her. And as she's singing again about her favorite chicken pie on the screen, we see a flock of birds flying on the screen. And we see her hit a button and we
Hmm.
see the fork of the statue outside start to radiate a purple light from it, which starts like emanating out and further out until it hits the flock of birds who all start squawking and going in circles and
Ooh.
falling in mass from the sky into, remember the pie in the statue's hand? The lid of the pie opens up and all of these birds screaming falls directly into the pie, which then
Oh
slams shut on top of them.
my God. What?
It escalates quickly.
Our so a laser shoots out of the fork,
Something
hits
shoots
the
out of the
birds,
fork.
or okay, something
Yeah.
does. Will you explain what that is later,
I think so.
or
I
can I
probably, and if not, I'll tell you. If I
maybe?
haven't written
And
down,
I
I will
shouldn't
tell you.
speculate on it now. Basically, is what
Yeah.
you're saying. Just wait. Okay, so but something shoots out of the fork, hits the birds, and they fall out of the sky and land in the pie.
Yes.
That's what. Okay, just making sure I
Hmm.
got all of
Hmm.
that.
Yeah. And I
I'm
guess the other
scared.
part of that is
Not.
that we also
All
put
right.
together that that's what the solar mirrors are powering up. Like
Okay,
it's the power
got it.
from that
I
that
was
helps turn on this
yeah.
giant fork
Okay,
situation.
because I was
Yes.
trying to wonder. It's like I didn't miss the solar panel things
No,
coming
yeah.
in that
That's
equation.
the
Okay, got. Thank
power
you. All
for it
right.
and reflection. That's how it turns out somehow.
And like, do we
So
see the bird? Like, they're screaming on their way down, so it's not like they get shot dead and they fall
yes,
like
that's why it was a
lifelessly into. They're
dog
still
ear.
alive.
They're still alive.
Okay,
They're
gotcha.
screaming
Okay,
and freaking
okay,
out. That's why it was a dog ear, not a pin, because they didn't explode in
okay,
the sky, but they did get taken down
gotcha. But
violently from the sky.
yes,
Yes.
and these panel things have something to do with it. Even.
Yes,
Yeah.
again,
Okay.
turning on the thing that takes down the birds who aren't dead right now, at least, into the pie.
Don't hold your
So,
breath,
yeah,
or
no,
you will
let's,
die like those
yeah,
birds.
yeah, like
Anyways.
these birds may be on their way to. So,
Okay, this is
yes,
bad.
it's bad. And the old lady, Mrs. Sweeney, yes, as you clocked,
Hmm.
is sitting there laughing, saying that one day she'll be more famous than that Betty, what's her name, more popular than that
Oh.
Colonel fella. More
Oh.
importantly, she'll be rich. So
Hmm. Okay.
she's interrupted
Hmm.
from all this by a very, very heavy set. I call him a man boy because it's very unclear if this is an adult that's like dressed like a child or a huge child. Like it's not at all clear, and he's like very dumb, so it's just like an adult dressed like a
Oh.
child who's like been stunted and treated very
Oh
poorly, as we'll
no.
soon see, or is it an actual child
Yeah.
who's just enormous. It's extremely confusing, but
Yeah. And a little
either way
uncomfortable, maybe.
it's extremely, honestly, it is it this show, I was like, this was absolutely, I can tell that this was done in like what, the 90s, because like
Yeah. Or was it
it's
it was
80s.
or was it late 80s? I
It's
think it
either
might have
late
been
80s or
80s.
early 90s, but either way, I
Yeah.
was like, look, I'm just gonna tell you guys now, child abuse happens to this man boy,
Yeah.
child guy, and like she's a
And
grandma, so I kind of assumed he was an adult. But either way, like I was like, you can't have this on TV. What the
it's
fuck is
a
this?
it's a sign of the times when
Sign
it
of the
came out. I think
times.
that such a character would be depicted a little bit differently
Yes.
in
Hmm.
modern shows,
Yes.
hopefully, if at all.
Hopefully.
If a character like that appears at
Even
all.
appeared.
Um,
Exactly.
you
We've
know, we've come a long way.
come a long way.
And
So
and listen, we've talked about a couple of canceled episodes, I think, of this show. Or no, one of them
yes.
was Dark. We talked about a canceled episode
Darkwing
of this
Duck.
and one of Darkwing
I
Duck.
think this, yeah, had a
Yeah.
canceled one too.
Yeah. It was one with the bats, the Jamaican fruit bats. We're gonna
Yes,
leave it
yep,
at
yep,
that.
yep.
Go
This
and
one was
listen to
right
that
got canceled.
episode if you want.
Yep.
But yes.
Yes. So yeah, it's unclear. It's definitely like her son though, to some variety. But
Okay.
yes, she's sitting there and she's cackling like rich, rich, rich. And he runs in and says, I'm not rich, I'm Todd.
Oh.
As in this child's name is Todd.
Okay.
Todd
I
Sweeney,
was also yeah,
if
yeah.
you will.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask if her last name. Well, I know you said Mrs. Sweeney, but I was like, I
Yeah.
feel like can her last name be Todd or
Todd.
something? And first
Oh.
names, I don't know. But okay, good. They
They
brought it
put it
in
in there.
somewhere.
They put
Good.
it in.
Okay, and so it means that yeah. All right, that dog ear. We're getting that dog ear
We're
untagged.
oh yeah.
Unfolding it.
We're
Great.
noting the
That
razor
razor
blade
blade.
stuck
Yes,
in, violently
pulling the razor
sliced
blade
in.
out.
Yes. So, yes, obviously, if you will, Todd
Mm,
Sweeney, aka why I decided to do this episode, everyone, because even when I was
nice.
looking up like I was going through our old like shows that we found and just like looking at
Yeah.
old episodes, and literally the episode of this description was like as inspired by Sweeney Todd. And I said, huh?
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 Say what now?
Hold on now, right?
Chipmunks say what now?
Squeak,
Squeak,
squeak.
squeak, squeak. That was great.
So, yes, listeners and viewers, this is why it's a Halloween episode,
Excellent.
is because this
Tell me
episode's of a
everything.
children's show was inspired by Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street, which
Which
I
says a lot in
will,
and of itself.
in and of itself, right? I'm gonna get into it. Don't you worry,
Please.
we're gonna do a deep dive
Yeah.
into it. But yes, just the title, if that doesn't say, like, the demon barber of Fleet Street. You think this is a Halloween episode? It's a
Mhm.
Halloween episode, okay? We're getting into it.
You don't have to convince me.
Yeah, done. The second I said Mrs. Sweeney, you knew where this was going.
Yeah, I did. I was like, okay, now I see how it's
Why
a
is she talking
Halloween
about
episode. I get it
pies?
now.
Exactly.
Yeah. This should be Thanksgiving grace. Oh no, a pie made by Sweeney Todd is Halloween, no matter which way you shake it.
Exactly.
So, do tell, because I know how. I can only imagine how excited you were when you saw this, Grace.
You know,
For
I fucking
those who
love
don't
Sweeney
know,
Todd so much.
those who are new to this podcast, like, listen, Grace loves musicals and Broadway and all of that, like, regardless. But I think in the 17 years I've known you, how long have we known
It's
each
a long
other?
fucking time.
I don't think I've heard you refer to a musical more than Sweeney
Sweeney
Todd. I'm pretty sure it's your
I make it
favorite
relevant.
one, isn't
I
it?
make it relevant
Yeah.
into everyday life, yes.
Yeah.
At least
So-
top 3 for me. It's like I have a
Yeah.
rotating top 3, but that always holds the spot.
It's in
for
there.
Sure.
Yeah, I
It's
figured. It's
just
like I can
so
think of a
fucking
couple more
good.
that might be on that, but I know that that's in there somewhere.
Yes,
So I'm
tried
very
and
excited for
true.
you.
It's so fucking good.
Yeah.
And you know what? I learned a lot in my deep dive for it, and so
Okay. So you love it even more now.
I love it even more now. So yes, we will get to it, and in the meantime, we're gonna see
Cool.
yes why things are horrible, even more horrible here, because yes, Todd runs in saying, "I'm not rich, I'm Todd," and Mrs. Sweeney immediately starts hitting him with her ladle in her hand and yelling at him to go get her more birds.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's-
Abuse.
yeah, it's bad. It's not
Hot.
good. We don't
Yeah.
love this part of it, the show. I think
But
that's like the
seems
only
on
time I
brand.
mention it. Yeah, exactly. It's like the only time I mention it because I'm like, I kind of got to mention it, but we're not
Yeah.
going to talk about it more. Don't worry.
Yeah. Good. Okay. Because that's sad.
Yes. Yes, exactly. So,
And he
while
can't
that-
defend himself, it sounds like, which is
Yeah,
even
exactly.
sadder.
Our age he is. So, as that all is happening and he's sent to go find quote unquote more birds, we see our gang of rodents and a swallow flying over this open desert, trying to figure out or trying to deliver Midge to like the migration point, which the navigation system that Gadget and Monty recently installed says is really close. Like they should be getting here. And the swallow is a little confused. The swallow's like, so it's at the coast of California, and we're in the middle of a desert right now. This isn't where I'm supposed to be. I don't know how to tell you this, but this is not correct.
And you guys are helping me, and I really appreciate it. But
you're doing a bad job.
We need to make a left. You made a wrong turn
somewhere at the last cactus. This is not right. So yes, as this is happening, the GPS system starts freaking out, like going everywhere, and it's causing a bunch of other like of the gadgets in the plane to like go on the fritz as well, to the point where they crash. This plane fully crashes into the middle of the desert.
Hey, not their first time.
Hey, exactly. Yeah,
I feel like they usually crash land. So
that's actually the only way they know how to
Gadget will
land.
fix it.
Is a crash. They thought, I think that's what landing is. No, that's it. They think landing is crashing.
Since everything that they make too, since they're rodents, it's like mishmash, like trash pieces and old like stolen parts of things that they put together.
Yes.
Is that like what the GPS is too? Okay.
Yes, absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Because at first, it's been a while since I watched this show. So at first I was imagining like, oh, Gadget, she's really her and Monty creating this really high tech thing, like radar and everything. No, it's probably like rubber bands and paper clips.
Yes,
and
it's like a half of a compass, a watch, like I'm sure a roller skate on there. They love a roller skate.
They love roller skates. Yeah.
Like a wheel for some reason. They're spinning.
Cool.
So yes, Gadget is kind of stressed about her GPS obviously malfunctioning, and everyone else is like, we got to figure out where we are. And as they're all talking, Midge notices some birds flying overhead. And so Midge is like, let me go ask for directions from this flock of birds here. Like, I got it.
I can talk to them.
Yeah. And Zipper decides to go with Midge to help out and see what's going on. Chip is like, all right, this other flock will take Midge. Like, case closed. Let's go get some real
Eh,
jobs now. Yeah,
are you
you didn't
kidding
really
me?
finish the job, sir.
Oh my gosh. And how mean. It's like those are
Yes.
strangers to Midge.
Yeah.
Like,
You
no,
know what's
don't
gonna
just
happen?
and Midge just said we're not in the right spot. So why would
Yeah.
you be like, all right, well, I'm gonna drop you off with these people.
Not all
These
birds
birds
fly
here.
to migrate to the same place, Chip.
All right, Chip.
Chip,
Jeez.
that's
You learn a
Burgess
thing
W,
or
Chip.
two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pissed.
So, yes, Zipper goes up after Midge, and right as little Zipper catches up to all of the birds and Midge, who's now talking to some of these birds, we
Hmm.
notice a radiating purple light
Oh no. Oh
emanate
no.
from the fork that they happen to be above right now. And
Hmm.
yes, this light catches the flock of birds and Midge, who all
Hmm.
start squawking and freaking out and falling from the sky into the pie. But luckily, Zipper is able to zip away and not get caught in whatever this was.
Hmm.
And as all this is happening, Gadget notices her GPS freaking out again. And
Mm.
like, because I'm
Okay.
like mentioning it now, because I'm like, wait, I don't know if they actually explicitly state it, but at some point, Gadget does put together that like whatever is happening is messing with
Yeah.
like magnets, like the magnetic poles and stuff, which is how
Gotcha.
birds migrate a lot of the time, or like a lot of animals migrate
Ah, okay.
using,
Yeah.
yeah, like the
That makes sense. Yeah.
magnetic forces and poles. And so it's fucking
Yeah.
that up, and that's what's making them all crash and making her GPS,
Gotcha.
which is like a compass more so, freak out because the poles are
Yeah,
getting all like
magnets.
disrupted.
Yes.
Yep.
Interesting. She's
Mhm.
like, our crash lands are usually a little smoother than that.
Yeah, they're a
Something's
little more
off.
planned than
We
that.
don't usually crash land that bad.
There's at
Yeah,
least a
they're more
fire
planned out.
usually. No fire here.
No
What's going
fire.
on?
Come on, this is not my fault. This is not the ship's
Yeah,
fault
this
or
one ain't
the
me.
planes, whatever the fuck the plane flying mobile that they had. I don't really know. Just like
Yes.
a balloon type thing.
Oh,
I
I
don't
don't
know with a
remember.
roller skate on it probably.
There's a roller skate somewhere
As per
for
usual.
the crash landing.
Hmm. Yeah.
So, yes, inside the statue again, we see that Todd was the one who had like pressed all the buttons and stuff and made the fork go off again. And he's
Hmm.
really proud of himself because he's the one who brought down this flock of birds. He's like, I did it. I got us more birds. And
Mhm.
Mrs. Sweeney, though, of course, is pissed. And she tells him that he turned the device up way too high and basically
Um,
says that, like, yes, messing with the magnetic fields and the magnetic signal that like on that high of like a caliber or whatever is going to draw attention to them. Like she's been turning it up only a very specific amount just to mess up the birds, but if it keeps getting
yeah.
turned up super high, like someone using a compass perhaps is gonna
Hmm.
notice that something's getting fucked up with the signals.
Yeah. Hmm.
So,
Also sad. It's like poor Todd can't do anything right. He
I
probably
know you
felt so
told him to get more
proud. Like, I was just doing
birds.
what mom was doing or
Yeah, you
whatever. I
told him to
didn't,
get more
yeah.
birds.
She should
He
have
did
taught
it.
him. She should have explained to him too. Like,
Yeah.
hey, you can get more
How
birds,
many?
but be careful. Yeah. And
Yeah.
like, don't turn it up too high. This
Why
is her
even have the
fault. I don't
option to
like
go
that.
that high?
Yeah.
Why do you need that option then? Hmm?
Blame the creator. Okay.
Exactly, not the
Not
user.
the user.
Just saying.
Yeah.
And yes, someone might notice, like I said, like someone with a compass, and that someone is a pack
Yeah.
of rodents who are at this exact moment,
Flying overhead.
yes, following Zipper to the statue, where they are at the base because he obviously brought them. He was like, "Everyone fell into a pie?" Question mark via his like little squeaky
They're
noises he
like,
makes.
what? It's like
They're like,
you have to follow me to believe it. I can't.
yeah,
I
just
just
come
come
on.
with me. Yeah.
Just I'm not even gonna try and explain this. Like
Yeah.
he needs water. He's dehydrated. He's just like, get over here.
Just gonna follow me.
Go on, guys, go on. So they get to the base of the statue, which just kind of have the base. It's like between like all of the mirrors, a little bit of sand, like desert, and then the base of the statue,
Mm.
like her feet. And they see or they hear inside of the statue at this base tons of birds squawking. And amazingly, which is why, Alexis, this is another reason this is an Halloween episode,
Oh,
because
okay.
Monty says, "Huh, Sounds like Alfred Hitchcock's making a movie over there. I
Wow.
know.
I had a thought about Psycho too when
Uh-huh.
you mentioned the mother-daughter or mother-son kind of
Yeah, yeah,
dynamic. I was
yeah.
like, gosh, sounds like a Norman Bates
Uh-oh.
situation might
Oh,
happen here
yeah.
soon. Watch out. That's funny. Okay. Huh.
Exactly. Yep. So we've
Nice.
got the birds happening.
Good,
So
good. And the birds.
yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Perfect. Well done, Monty. Well
I know.
done.
Well done,
He's
Monty.
Australian, right? Or
Yeah,
something
I
like
didn't even
that.
try and do the quote in the Australian
Okay.
accent. I was like, how do I say Alfred Hitchcock in Australian accent? Don't know. Cannot try.
Alfred. Weird. Yeah, that's
Won't,
how.
yeah, won't even
Anyways.
try it. So
Mhm.
they all run over and they see like at the base, there's like some barred windows. Everything's kind of locked up, but obviously, they're rodents. They can sneak into some barred windows.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
yes, they find at the like first level of this statue, it is very clearly and immediately a huge factory, a baking factory.
Oh
There's conveyor
no.
belts, there's pie tins stacked up to the ceilings, and cages upon cages upon cages of birds who are freaking the fuck out, obviously.
Yeah.
And there's also two giant cats who are slowly waking up right now.
Hey.
So these cats, they're it's two cats, they're like gray and they've got some stripes on them. They're pretty chunky. And
Okay.
uh-huh.
Okay.
And one of them comments that he thinks he heard a noise, and the other one's like, I don't know. It's probably like the old lady coming down to feed us some birds again. And the
Okay.
other one is like, I'm so sick of eating birds at this point. So like
Oh no. How many have they eaten?
they've eaten a lot of, but there's also a lot of pie
Enough
tins.
to be
So
that big and that tired of them.
that big and that
She
tired of.
said chicken pie, by the way.
She
I
said
I
chicken
hear
pie.
I hear some misrepresentations going
I hear
on.
some
Some
misbranding.
fraud.
I hear some
Yeah.
FDA is not going to be happy about this
Yeah, I hear a lot of
mislabeling.
bad things.
Yeah, it's all about
I
marketing,
hear bad things.
I
Yeah, I
hear bad
guess.
things, we see bad things, there are bad
We see,
things,
yeah.
including the fact that the cats are now arguing about like we would do anything for one meal that's not a damn bird. Maybe,
Mm,
I don't know, maybe like some rodents or something around here, right? Wouldn't that be crazy?
yeah. If
Mm.
only we could find some
If
rodents.
only we could find some
Yikes.
rodents.
Okay. So these cats are like security guards almost, it seems,
Uh-huh,
for the
exactly.
imprisoned birds, and they
Yes,
get to eat whichever
that's
ones try to get away. Ugh.
they try and get away, they get eaten immediately, it would seem. Or if they don't, they also just get fed these birds,
I
basically.
guess, yeah,
Either
yeah,
way, they're
yeah.
eating these birds as well.
She, yeah, I guess she doesn't need all of them for
Eat
her
all of them.
chicken pies.
Chicken pies.
Oh,
Also,
this
I love
is
to think like there's definitely some people who are like, I don't understand the Sweeney Todd reference. Why do you guys keep saying chicken pies and birds? Oh, listeners, you'll find
we'll
out what
get
Sweeney
there.
Todd's about shortly.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Yeah. We'll
We'll
get
get
there.
into
Yep, we
it.
will get there.
You'll learn
Yes.
soon.
The writers knew what they were doing. I
Yep.
already. Anyways, okay. Yep.
Yes. So, of
Yeah.
course, Chip and Dale are
Mm-mm.
stuck arguing over like who knows what they're arguing about. As
Yeah,
Monty,
usual.
Gadget, and Zipper, they go over to the cages and they find Midge and they're trying to figure out a way to free the birds, like to undo these cages and get everyone out of
Hmm.
here. Clearly, this is a bad situation. But Chip and Dale, of course, again, like I said, arguing loudly, mind you. So loudly that, of course, yep, the cats overhear them, immediately start chasing them around the factory, including
Hmm.
at some point they end up, Chip and Dale are on the conveyor belt, slowly moving towards, of course, the fiery full blast oven at the end of it, where the two cats are sitting on like either side of like the entrance to the flames, just like
Yeah.
it's like basically like a furnace, which is also a Sweeney Todd reference for a
Yeah.
deep cut
Yeah.
about it at the end
Yes.
there. And so they're sitting there like waiting for Chip and Dale to get there. And Alexis, I only tell you that level of detail about like how they're sitting here right now
Sounds creepy.
because of it's one very creepy, but
Hmm.
two, I'm really telling you this moment for the third reason this is a Halloween episode because what's most important about these cats in this moment is that
Uh-oh.
Alexis, these
Yeah.
cats are voiced first of all, by Jim
I'm
Cummings.
Oh, of
And
course. We love it. The
we love
king.
him.
Okay.
And
Yes.
and I think this my next three lines I think was his doing. I think he said, "What if we did this, guys?" And they all said, "Absolutely, Mr. Cummings, whatever you want."
Whatever you want, sir. Thank you
Because
for letting us breathe the same air as you.
because Alexis, you're about to lose your fucking mind. These cats are named based on the voice that Jim decided to use for both of these cats. He's doing a very specific voice for both of them. And the cats are named Jack and Nichols, as in Jack
Uh,
Nicholson, which is extra
here's
important
Johnny.
because as the rodents, as the Chip and Dale get closer, one of the cats say, "Here's dinner," and like pulls the
Uh,
lever. It's like this. It's the exact same super cut onto the face and everything. Just mwah, the
mm,
shining, the exact
perfect.
impression of Jack Nicholson in that moment.
Perfect.
I
Perfect.
lost my fucking mind.
I love it. I love it.
It was
They
so good.
they pulled no punches, you
They said
know?
this is
They
a
said,
Halloween episode. Okay.
yeah, whether you all see it or not,
Hmm.
true real ones will know that
They gotta
this
know.
is a Halloween episode.
Yes, true,
That's
through and
crazy.
through.
Three
Yes,
major like horror movie references so far, and I
I
know we're coming
know.
back to Sweeney Todd heavy in a moment. So, and maybe there are more.
Exactly.
Who knows?
Yeah,
But yeah.
I honestly, I was like, what else happened in this episode that I missed from just like not
Yeah.
knowing enough of like the horror like genre and stuff. And like,
Yeah.
I'm sure there were some, and I'm sure it'd be even more fun to watch for you.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited.
yes, it's so funny. Again, of like a show about rodents. Like,
Yeah,
let's make it a
let's
horror
also talk
show.
about, let's bring in some Alfred Hitchcock references. We'll
Yes.
like a
Stephen
Shining
King.
reference,
Yeah,
Stephen
let's
King
do it
slash,
all.
yeah. Yeah.
So,
I love it.
yes, Chip and Dale luckily are able to tuck and roll off of the conveyor belt right as Mrs. Sweeney and Todd come downstairs and call for the cats. And they like sense something is going on. Like the birds are kind of freaking out even more because they see like Gadget, Monty, and Zipper trying to help. And so Mrs. Sweeney is like telling the cats, like, be even more on guard. Like something's seeming weird around here.
Hmm.
But no time for that's what the cats are there for. It's not time for her to worry about it.
Right. She's busy making our pies.
As she is busy starting up this factory, it's time to get to
Hmm.
work. And we see as like Alexa, I started losing my mind even more here. Like a la and Sweeney Todd, like organ music starts playing. And I
Oh
was just like,
no. Cue organ music on our podcast.
yes,
Yeah.
please. We got to make some up right now.
Yeah.
We see, yes, the organ music begins, and Todd pulls a lever for the quote unquote chicken pot pie machine, which we see how
Hmm.
it works. And basically, in all of these bird cages, essentially, like the roof or like a back wall opens up on them, and a giant
Hmm.
like vacuum comes in and starts sucking the birds, including, mind you, Gadget and Monty, who have gotten
Oh
into the
shit, that's right.
cage at this point
Yeah.
because they were like helping Midge trying to find a way out, and they can go in and out of the
Yeah.
bars. It sucks them from the bird cages down onto the conveyor belt machine.
Oh God. Oh
So
God.
yes, we see as this like machine is getting started and the birds are starting to get like plucked up, like sucked up. Todd is starting to put the pie tins onto the conveyor belt.
Oh
And
my God.
he's confused. He's telling his mom, he's like, "We're making chicken pies? Like chicken pot pies? We don't have any chickens though." And yes,
Yeah.
Mrs. Sweeney, of course, says, "Well, chickens cost money, and these birds are free. So I can make millions and millions of pies without spending a dime."
Oh, you know,
You know,
businesses that cut corners, you
capitalism.
gotta, if you
Hmm.
want your customers to really appreciate your product, you gotta really put it all
Yeah,
in. Don't try to cheat them
good
out of
corners.
stuff. Oh,
And
no.
again, the real
RSA is different
horrors,
from chickens. I think people will
very
kind of
different.
know. Don't
And again,
know.
the
Not
real
that I've tasted
horrors
one.
of capitalism. It always comes
Hmm.
back to that.
The fourth reason it's a Halloween episode.
Capitalism.
Yeah, the scariest thing of them all.
Truly. So, Alexis, we're going to pause here in the middle of the
Oh boy.
action to, yes, talk about Mrs. Sweeney and Todd,
Yes.
aka Sweeney Todd. And listen, if you haven't seen Sweeney Todd yet, they did make a movie out of it. I personally think the movie is also incredible. The show itself also incredible. If you haven't seen Sweeney Todd yet,
The
sorry,
Broadway show, you
spoilers.
mean?
Yes,
Right?
the
Or
Broadway
oh,
show.
okay. First I
Yeah,
was
so it
like,
was
they
a
made a Sweeney Todd show?
no,
Yeah,
no, no,
okay.
the Broadway
Gotcha.
show, and then they made the
Yes.
movie out of it, of
Yes.
the
The movie is
musical.
all I've seen. And actually only
Yes.
once. So I'm very excited for you to
Ah,
refresh me. I'm
yo,
probably
you
gonna
gotta
rewatch it
get
very
back
soon though
on this
after this
shit.
episode. Yeah.
You simply must text me when you do.
Yes,
So, yes,
I
here
will.
is a very brief overview, but spoiler alert. And
Yes.
the musical is even fucking cooler too than the just okay, I'll tell you about it in a second. So I just love the show so much.
She
So
wants to like jump ahead so bad to talk
I
about
know,
that.
they talk so
She's like,
much
okay,
about
let
it.
me
So
I wrote a
focus,
script. Let
focus,
me
script,
follow it.
script,
Let me,
say to
yes.
it. So yes, as a very brief overview. So I know Sweeney Todd, yes, from the Stephen Sondheim musical from 1979 that takes place in Victorian England.
Mhm.
But Alexis,
Mhm.
as I've learned many times in this show, that one thing that think is an original piece of content is actually based on something else. So,
Mm.
the
Something's
1979
derivative. Yeah.
musical was based on, first, other movies called Sweeney Todd,
Okay.
basically. And all of those,
79, you
yeah,
said it came out? Okay.
1979
Which
is
also
when
I thought it
the,
was way older than that. Cool.
yeah, well, here's
But
maybe
yeah,
why, because
Stephen
that's when the
Sondheim is
Broadway
yeah.
musical happened. But
Yeah.
before that, there were a handful of movies and even some plays, which were all based off of what's called a penny dreadful. And
Mm.
yeah,
That I
so
am
penny.
familiar with.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So they were
Yeah.
like these serial
As a horror
publications.
lover. Yeah.
Yes, in the UK during the 19th century. I think it started in like the 1830s. And basically, it's like these were weekly stories published in parts, only cost a penny, and they were sensational. They were often like fictional exploits of detective, criminals, and supernatural entities. So, thus the horror
Mm-hmm.
element for you.
Yeah. Interesting. Did not
Yes.
know that was
So
the inspiration.
yes, so
Okay.
this one was a penny dreadful called The String of Pearls, a domestic romance, but it was also sometimes called The Sailor's Gift. And
Mm.
no one seems to know who the author of this penny dreadful was, at least according to
Mm.
Wikipedia. And it was published again as a serialized or as a series between 1846 and 1847. So generally, the musical does seem to stay true to the plot of the original Penny Dreadfuls, although, like, here and there, baby details do change.
Yeah.
But basically, this Penny Dreadful and all of the content after it, as inspired by it, including the musical, follows the plotting of an eventual investigation and, spoiler, downfall of a man named Sweeney Todd. And
Mm.
basically,
Mm.
he is a barber who murders his customers by slitting their throats, and he gets rid of their corpses by giving them to a woman named Mrs. Lovett, who then bakes these corpses into her meat pies and sells them to the public. Now, there's a lot more that happens within all of this, like
Yeah.
plot wise, politics, interpersonal relationships, but like that is what this musical is known for is the barber, demon
Yeah.
barber of Fleet Street,
A Fleet Street.
slices the
Yeah.
throats, yep, dumps them, and Mrs. Lovett bakes them into her pies. They
Huh.
also have a young boy working for them who's none the wiser to this serial killer plot and
Yeah.
cannibalism happening.
Yeah.
But yes, that's the TLDR. Again, there's lots of interpersonal dynamics happening, a lot of politics happens, that kind of stuff. You have to go see if it's ever coming through town, you got to go see it. It's like
Hmm.
so fascinating of how they make the like constant murder happening on stage
Yeah.
happen, and
Like
it's
the
like even
blood and the
creepier.
violence of it
Yes.
all without
Yes.
CGI or special
Yes.
effects.
It's
And
like
that is
at
the most
least
beautiful thing about theater.
exactly. At
Yeah.
least when I saw it, it's like even creepier and like jarring because they play like a
Mm.
like noise when it
Ooh, yeah,
happens,
like
and
the
it's like
live orchestra and
yes,
everything, I
it like
bet.
like your bones rattle when it happens, and it's so fucking
Yeah.
good.
Mm.
But Alexis, there's also
Yes.
speculation about the
Mhm.
inspiration behind the original Penny Dreadful
Oh my
itself.
gosh, it keeps going.
It
Everything's
keeps
based off of something
going.
else. What was this
Yes.
based on? Like Homer's Odyssey or
For some
something? Good
Greek myth
Lord, how
shit.
far back do we go? Yeah, based off of
Oh,
Beowulf
Alexis.
or
We go
something.
Beowulf.
I don't know, the first horror or whatever.
Yeah. We go to a couple potential places for it. Again, no one knows like the original
Okay.
author, so it's like hard to know
Yeah.
what their inspiration was.
I
But
guess they never sued
here's
for copyright infringement because it
hey,
sounds like
exactly.
Sondheim pulled very clearly from this.
Hey, you know what? This was from the like 1846. That was off public domain by
Yeah,
then,
it's
long
pretty
gone.
exactly. Yeah.
So there's, yes, here's a couple pieces of speculation. I think there's probably more, but here's just the couple I pulled from Wiki. So
Mhm.
the first one is the first piece of speculation is about a French nonfiction book from 1612 called, I think, The Theater of Antiquities. I don't know how to say that in French. Les Théâtres
Mm.
des Antiquités.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
know.
Pretty close.
That's
Yeah.
that's what it looks like. So,
Yeah.
oh, Day
Probably a couple
Paris
accents
of
in
Paris.
there.
There's a lot of accents in it. I don't know what they
Yes.
do. And it's by Father Jacques de Briel, something like that. But basically, in this nonfiction book from 1612, The Theater of Antiquities of Paris, it mentions, quote, a murderous pastry cook, unquote, who put
Ooh.
human meat from his murder victims, or who puts, yeah, human meat from his murder victim, or cooks it and gives it out due
Yeah.
to dietary benefits. I don't know what those are, but Father Jacques sure thought that
Um,
he should mention them in this book, I guess.
yeah. Wait, you said this was nonfiction?
A French nonfiction book? But from 1612,
Right.
so who's to say
I
what Father Jacques
mean,
was up to? You know,
yeah. And Father Jacques. So this was a religious
this was a
person?
priest,
This was
presumably
a
a priest,
priest?
presumably a priest, about the
Hmm.
theaters of antiquities of Paris. Unclear.
What?
Unclear. That could be anything. That could be anything.
It could be
Father
anything.
Jacques.
Anything
It
at
could have been
all.
Father
It's
Jacques confessing, for all we know.
yeah. He can't confess to himself, so he has to put it into
Yeah.
a short story, I
Exactly. And
guess.
look, I'm just assuming that these words mean the theaters of antiquities of Paris based on me
Yeah,
knowing romantic languages.
right.
It, who knows, this could have
It
actually
actually
said my
scenes of
dietary,
murder.
yeah,
Is that what it actually translates
yeah,
to?
scenes of murder by me that I did by my own hand by
This is
Father
my
Jacques de
confession.
Brel.
It's just
And I
got
just don't know
lost in
French.
translation. The French
I
language
translated it
actually
wrong.
has changed a lot over history. Like I feel like there was an
Hey,
old version from like early, like maybe before the 1600s, but like there's like ancient French that is like totally
right.
changed in translation to
Hey, you
this
know
day.
what?
So what if in
I
lost in
didn't Google
translation,
Translate it.
it
I
was
just assumed that's what this meant.
it
Like the
was
translation
this
loss
whole
could
book
be
is
right
actually
now in front of us. It's me.
everyone thinks it's like some short story about like, oh wow, that's so interesting. But in reality, lost in translation, it is actually him, like
His
it's
confession.
his like expose, not what do you call it? His
His memoir.
like mass murderers always write their not their expose, but like their reason for doing it or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Manifesto. It's his
Manifest.
manifesto.
His manifest. And
Actually.
his manifesto is about a
Yeah.
healthy diet in Paris in the
Yeah.
1600s.
Yeah.
This water's so polluted. What are we gonna do about it?
Yeah,
What about
that's
blood?
crazy.
Think about that,
How
y'all.
about ever
Know
think
about blood?
about human flesh? Maybe.
Maybe
Maybe.
you think these dogs and cats on the street are rabid? You know who might not be? Your neighbor.
Humans,
Think about it,
humans don't have rabies usually, more than often. They don't. So probably better for you to eat than the rabid cows.
just in case.
Yeah.
Just in
All you gotta do is
case.
kill your neighbor. But
Yeah, all you gotta do
once
is,
you get over that whole thing, yeah, yeah.
delish. This is actually his recipe book.
Eat a life. Oh God.
He's on
This
Food
is
Network.
there's a lot of jokes we could make, but that's going to get
It's okay because
way
we got
too
more to
dark.
go through
I
for
know
the
it's the Halloween
speculation.
season, but even I don't want to make a joke that dark, so we're gonna keep it going.
We'll keep going. I think I know where you're going. We're talking about a priest here.
Yeah,
Okay. Yep.
yeah,
Anyways.
yeah.
So
Anyways, yeah,
then it's
yeah.
also speculated, or it said that, again, in Paris, in the 1800s, there was apparently a police record about murders that were committed by a Parisian barber. And it said that, like, in these Parisian archives, that the barber was in league with a pastry cook who, yes, used humans in their baked
Mm,
goods. But
interesting.
this story about this Parisian murderer and, like, accomplice, the story was published in a London magazine in 1824. And so it makes
Oh,
the authenticity of it is kind of dubious of like, well, who was this police who wrote down this police record? How did this London
yeah.
magazine get it? Is this just the
Yeah.
British slandering the French? Like, it's a
Which they did a lot
little
back then
exactly. So it's a
and still
little
to this day.
unclear about like where these archives are that talk about this and how old it is and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Interesting.
So
Yeah.
then,
And it almost sounds too crazy to be real, but I don't put much
yeah,
past humans. So, especially back then.
exactly. Yeah,
Gosh,
especially
ugh.
anytime.
Especially now.
Yeah, exactly. Now and then we are the same. And
Yeah.
then interestingly, Charles Dickens had multiple works prior to the Penny Dreadful coming out, at least according to Wikipedia, that kind of played with the idea of pies being made with quote unquote non-traditional meat sources, let's say, including a full line in one of his works about cannibalistic pastries. And there
Mm,
are claims, although this also feels pretty dubious to me, that Charles Dickens was inspired by his knowledge of a real Sweeney Todd that he wouldn't disclose, like, the information about. That feels like some
mm,
historian in like 1964 being like, I bet Charles Dickens
yeah.
really knew. Let me dissect this line, and like no real evidence for that is my
Yeah.
assumption.
Sounds
Again,
very conspiratorial and just
exactly. Like
like,
people
or
love making up theories about dead authors, kind of thing.
yes, exactly, because you can't get sued by them.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
also like just someone who really did not like Dickens's work and was like,
Yeah,
you
it's
know
like
what? I bet he knew a serial
I
killer.
bet he knew a murderer for sure. I mean, he
Yeah.
probably did back in those
Yeah, I
days.
bet he was one. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
Allegedly,
the
for
next
Charles Dickens
line.
estate's lawyers
Yeah,
listening,
allegedly.
obviously listening to
Hey,
this
I got this from
podcast.
Wikipedia. Go talk to
Yeah,
them
claim
about it.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yes, keep in mind that this possibly murderous
Interesting.
Parisians in the 1800s then inspired, this Penny Dreadful, which then inspired an iconic musical, which then inspired two chipmunks, some mice, bugs, and birds, all trying to prevent non-traditional meat going into some
Mhm.
pies.
Which is funny because yeah, I thought you were going to go from musical to the movie, but yeah, this episode of Chip and Dale came out long before the movies.
Uh-huh.
Rescue Rangers
Yeah.
came out long before the movie, so
This
yeah,
came
this
next.
came first.
This
This
came
came
after the musical, baby.
first. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
which is even more of a
Tim
deep cut. Like I didn't
Burton.
know the musical until the movie, and then I saw the musical
Oh, really?
afterwards, like the
Okay.
actual Broadway
Yeah,
show
I guess
after I saw
actually,
the
yeah,
movie, kind
probably
of thing. Like,
same. Yeah, in
yeah, that's what like
hindsight.
brought the movie. I think like brought it to more people, kind of
Yeah,
thing. Which
revitalized
means
the
the
Broadway
people
show.
who wrote this episode, Chip and Dale, knew the musical, like
Yes,
knew the
yeah,
musical well
they're
enough.
OG Sweeney Todd fans. Yeah,
Exactly.
they're not posers like us.
Yeah,
Maybe not you,
exactly.
not you, but like
But
yeah,
no,
the
it's okay.
people who were
I
like,
saw the
this is
movie
a
musical
musical.
first.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Wow,
Hmm.
interesting, interesting.
Hmm.
The movie is Tim Burton,
Hmm.
right? And the only reason I know that is because of who's in the movie and the vibes of the
Yes,
movie. Not yeah, it's
exactly.
like it's very Tim Burton coded, which I
It's
figure you'll
got
go
Johnny
into.
Depp, Helena Bowman
Mm,
Carter,
mm,
Alan Rickman, Sacha
mm.
Baron Cohen.
I did not remember that part.
Oh
Yeah, that's
yes.
yeah.
Oh yes. So you
Man,
gotta
what a
go
cast.
rewatch.
Oh,
It's
and rest
so
in peace,
fucking
Alan
good.
Rickman.
I know. It's
Man.
so good.
Yeah, I'm gonna rewatch it because I think the
Yes.
only time I've seen it was around when it first came out, and
Yeah.
yeah, I just saw it that one time, or like right
Yeah.
when it was on DVD. I
Yeah.
don't
I
think I was,
probably made you
yeah,
watch
not
it.
old enough to see it. I almost positive you did. It
Let's
was
be
probably, I think
honest.
it was a rowing movie night. Yeah,
Yep. And I probably,
yeah,
yep.
sounds
There's
about
lots of us
right.
musical
Yeah,
nerds on that team.
yeah. Hmm.
So yes, we see, cutting back to our cartoon horror scene here.
Yeah.
Yes, as I said, we see now the birds falling from the vacuum, like kind of down a little spout directly into the pie tins, which we again see Monty, Gadget, and Midge all and Zipper, I think, all get plopped out into one. And as they continue down the conveyor belt, other machine just shoots pie crust down upon them, and they start heading towards the open furnace. And because there's pie crust, like they can't move. It's like gloopy
Yeah.
pie crust, like holding them down. Again, all of the birds are squawking and like screaming in fear of being stuck under this dough, going to just be cooked alive, not even killed first, just straight into the furnace,
I
straight
mean,
into the flames.
okay. Where is she getting this recipe from? No carrots, no
No
potatoes,
salt.
no roux, no salt,
No,
all
just
talons
even
and
begin with
feathers and
that.
all.
Bones,
Beaks,
beaks.
eyes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like,
yeah,
what
all
the
of it.
fuck? You're getting sued, lady. People expect chicken pie, first of
Chicken
all.
pot
If you
pie.
don't even like skin and feather them
Yeah.
and ground them down or dice
Yeah.
them up, then people are going to
Nothing.
realize, oh my God,
Here's a
there's a
talon.
literal sparrow in my pie.
There is a still moving sparrow in my pie.
A full, yeah, like it's
Why is
chirping.
there
It's
a
trying to get out.
rat tail in my pie? Where did this mouse
Is
tail
that
come
a
from? Is it a
chipmunk
purple
paw?
jumpsuit?
Are those goggles?
It's a Hawaiian
Is that a
shirt in here.
Hawaiian shirt?
Yeah, you're
Oh
not gonna make
gosh,
a
she's
millions.
not
You're gonna
even
be.
trying.
She's not even trying. She's bad at
Which
this
makes it even
shit.
scarier
Yeah,
because
exactly.
it's
She's
like
just
that's
blind,
a on a
blind
Sweeney
to it.
Todd level of like
Yes,
psychosis or of just like, oh yes, I can do whatever I
I could
want
do
and be
anything and
crazy
get
and
away with
yeah,
it.
and get
Hmm.
away with it.
Yep,
Yeah. But I guess she's like in the
exactly.
middle of the desert where no one can find her either. So she's like, I dare you to sue me. You
Potentially.
don't know my address.
Right.
You don't know where to send a summons.
But how is she
You
supposed to
can't
get those
serve process
checks?
on me.
Right.
Yeah.
If you can't find
Oh,
me.
true. That's true.
So,
Anyway.
yes, Zipper is able to like get out of the pie crust a little bit. I think he maybe like dodged it as it was coming out. And Chip yells for Zipper to basically redirect one of like the things that's shooting down the dough towards the gears on the conveyor belt, which he does, and all of that dough is able to clog and put a stop to the conveyor belt from moving. Essentially, like it clogs it up. And so Chip and Dale run up and they're able to help Gadget, Monty, and Midge get out, as well as free the other birds from the pies.
Good. Okay.
And they then are able to go, they run and like burst open all the cages as well. And what the front door has been left open because Mrs. Sweeney and Todd like went out there to go check on the solar panels. And so the birds see this giant open door, and all of these birds, by the way, are like ravens and or crows. And
Of course.
so
Halloween again.
in a full like who is it, Tippy Hedren moment of like
Yes.
all of these
Yes.
birds, like Mrs. Sweeney and Todd are like walking back in, and all of the birds just like like fall swarming, all of them. Like they're screaming, they're getting attacked by the birds, like they're trying to grab the birds from the air. They're just being fully fucking attacked by these birds right now.
I love it.
Yes, it's very funny.
Because sweet karma, sweet justice,
Yeah,
by the way.
sweet,
I mean,
sweet
obviously the
karma.
Hitchcock reference is great too,
Exactly.
but yeah, karma's just as great.
Exactly. So Todd and Mrs. Sweeney kind of run away from all of this, and Mrs. Sweeney is talking about like, okay, we need to get more birds now. All of our birds just fucking got free, but like don't turn it up all the way, Todd, or else you'll get attention to us.
Remember?
So at least
Yeah.
she's being clear this time of like, we got to turn
Set
that
your
on.
expectations. Yeah.
Yes, don't turn up all the way, but like we got to get this magnetic field fork back in action. And Gadget overhears all of this. And as we mentioned, as the smart one of the group, she clocks, yes, that's what was messing up my navigation system.
Knew it wasn't my fault.
I knew it. Guys, come on. Gotta show you it's not my fault.
Hear that? See, it's her fault. It's crazy
Yeah,
lady. She
I'm
did
right.
it.
I'm right.
Yeah.
I was always right. So, yes. We have Todd. He goes up to the command center and starts to turn the magnetic field on slightly so he can get more birds down. And at this point, because Gadget did run out to the plane to be like, y'all, I told you so. It was not me. And she's able to like reconfigure her plane, and they all get back in it to like try and figure out the source of like the magnetic field. But
Yeah.
Todd turns it on. It immediately fucks the plane up again, and they just crash right back to where they were in front of the statue.
Hey, you know,
It
they're used
happens.
to
They
it.
needed to be there
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah.
But I will say why I mention all of this is that as this happens, as they were careening down, Gadget was able to see the solar mirrors powering up the magnetic field device. And
Okay.
she basically, yes, puts it all together that, like, okay, when the solar mirrors were facing a certain direction so the sun would hit them, it powered everything up. Got it. Okay, cool.
Mm.
And she also sees that when the solar mirrors get turned off, basically the mirrors just go into a different direction, the magnetic field stops. So essentially this is all for Gadget to see how this whole operation works more or less.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm thinking here, okay,
Break
Gadget
it
just put
down.
together, yes, these mirrors
Yeah.
need, like, this is the key to it all. If the mirrors don't work, then bada bing, the magnetic field doesn't work. So I'm
Boom, boom,
thinking,
boom.
let's
Wipe them out.
smash some mirrors.
Yeah.
Done. Just
Sounds
go fuck them up.
cathartic.
But
Yeah.
instead, Gadget
Oh no.
proposes what is to me
Oh.
an absolutely unhinged scheme.
Mm.
She tells everyone, and they decide to go enact this plan, Alexis. Gadget says, okay, listen, if we turn the mirrors to fully face the sun, like full sunlight hitting them, this would power up the machine to full capacity, which would, and I quote, be powerful enough to bring down an entire plane, which would then direct authorities here because of the plane crash. Gadget is going full, like, kamikaze, but she's bringing
Extremist. This
extremist
is
mode. She is bringing down a whole passenger commercial plane to hope that someone comes to investigate it. Is her plan. And I'm like, this. I hope this is another horror movie reference somehow. Otherwise, Gadget, what, honey?
honey.
Honey, what?
Hey, Gadget. We
Hey,
can't. We can't end the lives
murder.
of all of these people. You
Hey,
gotta
Gadget, what
murder
if we
some people
just
to make a pie.
wait, Gadget? No,
That
that's what we're fighting against. That's what we're fighting
Yeah,
against,
no, no, no. We
Gadget.
don't want to make the pies. That is a ridiculous escalation. That
Yes.
is a ridiculous escalation.
Yeah.
If I were Monty, I'd be like, how about we smash those? How about we get some baseball bats out? I think,
How about Gadget? How about you sit down and take 10? I'll smash some ears. I wouldn't want to give you a
yeah.
bat right now, Gadget. You're kind of scary.
She she's obviously very upset about the plane crash, about
Yes.
both of these plane crashes, and she's
Yeah.
obviously very upset. Like she doesn't want to be the only person who's crashed a plane today. She's like, someone, I need to prove that it's this area. It's not me. We're gonna bring
I need
another
to
plane
prove
down.
that yeah, it takes down planes. It wasn't my plane, it's
It
any
wasn't
plane,
me.
guys. Yeah, it still
Yeah.
wasn't me. Okay,
And she's
I
like,
still
we
made a good
survived,
plane.
so surely whoever's on this other plane will too.
Yeah,
Right?
they'll be fine. And
Right?
also, like, it's any plane. I made a good plane. I made it such a good plane that it
Yeah.
was like human level plane, right? So like,
Yeah.
look, it'll take it down too.
And also,
So
just again, a sign of the times. Like clearly, this was before
I
2001.
know this
This
is pre
episode
nine
came.
eleven.
They would
Exactly.
never, ever.
Maybe that's
I
partially
can
why
bet
I
my
was
life
so
savings
shocked.
on it. Yeah, they would never ever write this into a cartoon post
Dude,
2001.
I
I
can't
don't
remember
think.
which show. No, some show. I think maybe it was the Rescue Rangers episode that was banned for like terrorist references
Oh
kind of
yeah,
thing. Like
after
it's,
that, or was it,
yeah,
or
there
like
was
when it
some,
first came out?
I don't know. There was definitely some
You're right. I
episode,
remember
a banned
that.
episode that they were like, I bet it was post 2011. But yeah, like,
Yeah, I think it was like
yeah,
retroactively
maybe that's why I
banned
was
or
so shocked by this
canceled.
episode or like that moment that
Yeah.
I was like, Gadget, what?
Yikes.
I
Yeah,
think
we
that's a good
can't
point. This was pre
make funny, quippy
2001.
jokes about planes coming out of the sky, especially now,
No.
too. More planes are, yeah.
Yeah,
Anyways,
exactly. Like, Gadget,
that's
girl,
yikes.
girl.
Girlfriend, chill,
Go pump the
chill.
brakes. Going a little Sweeney Todd here. Going
Yikes.
a little sociopath
A
here,
little too dark.
Gadget.
Yeah. Like
Gadget.
what you're no better than Mrs. Sweeney or Todd in this moment. In
Exactly.
fact, in
Gadget.
fact, you are a lot worse actually,
Yes,
because
it's
like, listen, I don't condone killing birds,
but
but
look, if
you're
we
talking about
eat
human
meat,
lives on
we
a
eat meat.
plane.
But people, yeah,
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
If anything, you're gonna give Mrs. Sweeney ideas by seeing all these dead bodies everywhere. Like,
Right.
it's gonna
Right.
get
She's like,
worse.
oh, I can make my pies even more nutrient dense, you
Wow.
say?
Easy. More
Interesting. Yeah.
meat.
You mean I won't have to worry about feathers in the pie?
Oh
Only
my
human hair
God.
and clothing? That's a
Easy. That
lot
burns off
better.
in the furnace, baby.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
Oh,
So,
gadget.
yeah. And again, Gadget and Chip go to enact this plan. They're like, great, let's do
Wait, Chip is
this.
cool with it too?
Chip's
Chip
everyone's cool
was
with
just
it.
everyone is. I'm not
Everyone's cool
even
with it.
no
No
one
one
is
speaks
no
against
one's
it.
pushing back. No, oh
Not a
my
single
God.
rodent says, let's think about it.
Not a single rodent.
Not a single, no pushback in any way, shape, or form. Um, Monty and Dale stay behind as distraction slash bait for Jack Nicholson, aka the two cats. Most
Yeah.
collectively referred to as that. While
Yes.
everyone else, oh, Midge also goes with them too. It's Gadget, Chip, and Midge go up to the command center to enact this plan. Where up there they see Mrs. Sweeney scheming of like, got to make up for lost time. How do I get these birds without setting off the alarms?
Yeah.
And without hesitation, to like get Mrs. Sweeney away from the command center, Midge swoops in and starts attacking Mrs. Sweeney, which granted, Midge had just been
Good. I
captured by
mean,
Mrs. Sweeney. Yeah, again, karma I don't
yeah,
feel bad
fair.
for.
And this is for my father.
Yes, this is for this is for the flock. For
My
the
name is
flock.
Midge. You killed my father. Now I'm
Prepare to get
to
pecked.
die. Yes. Yeah.
So, yes, she starts going crazy trying to get this burst from not to stop attacking her, which gives Gadget and Chip a chance to basically climb up onto the controls and start fucking with them. And as this is happening, Todd has also gone downstairs. He's heard the cats freaking out down there. So he goes down to see what's going on, sees the cats, Jack Nicholson, chasing the
Yes.
rodents outside.
Okay.
And so now Todd tries to catch them.
Oh,
And as he's doing that,
great.
he
Great.
starts shooting a slingshot at the rodents, but keeps missing and smashing the mirrors himself. Which
Oh,
means
okay.
as Gadget turns everything on to, kill 200 people, nothing happens.
Casually. Good. Thank God. Oh no. Okay. Story's not over
We
there.
know what Gadget is though. She's a problem solver. Because Gadget
And the
is
problem is this plane's not coming out of the sky.
the
This
problem is that
plane
she
is
can't be the only one who crashes today. Otherwise, she'll
yeah.
look bad. Okay?
Oh.
Someone else has got to come down from this fucking sky, and it's not those birds. Because Gadget looks down and sees all of these mirrors being smashed everywhere. But then she
Mhm.
also remembers
Oh
what else was
no.
reflective and shiny that I saw earlier today? Pie tins. Hundreds
Ah,
and thousands of pie tins. And
okay.
so
Okay.
she goes downstairs and everyone helps her start yeeting like fucking frisbees, these pie tins into the field.
Ha, frisbees coming full circle.
Coming full circle,
I
baby.
love it.
That's why they needed
Also,
that frisbee.
that was like a triple pun. There was so much going on there. I didn't
I
even
didn't
think
even,
about that when
oh, I
yeah.
didn't even realize that either. Wow. Okay,
Yeah, the
great.
circle part. Yeah,
No,
frisbees are circles.
now I
That too.
realize it.
I just meant from the beginning of the episode, but
Yes.
yes. Look at
Incredible.
us.
So, yes, back to murder, Alexis.
Yes, sorry.
Back to
And planes falling
terrorism.
from the sky. My bad.
Yes,
Yes.
literally all of
On a
them are
more
helping
serious
her
note.
yeet this reflective surface all across the field.
Uh,
And Alexis,
yeah.
we see, you know what? We'll lighten this for a second because we hear a
Okay.
familiar voice. We hear not Jim Cummings, we hear Frank Welker literally just doing Fred from
Oh.
Scooby-Doo's voice,
Oh, good.
which is so,
Okay.
it's comforting for a second until we
Yeah, it's like,
realize
what are you doing here?
that this voice is of a pilot who we now see in the sky saying, huh, time to land already? This can't be Burbank. The air's too clean up here.
Yeah.
Because all of this pilot's
The air's
gadgets.
also got to get a dig in on California.
I know,
The
it was
air's
fucking, it
too
was fucking
clean
funny.
up here.
It
Damn.
was very, it was funny. It was
Savage.
very
Good.
funny.
That's good. That's
Like it's
good.
Burbank.
Nice.
Anyways, this
Anyway,
plane starts to
terrorism.
nosedive directly into the statue.
Oh, great. Well, guess we're landing here.
Yes, we're landing now. All of the machines have gone fully on the fritz,
Uh,
fully landing. And Fred, I guess, Fred Jones, Frank
yeah.
Welker thank God, much I guess to Gadget's
Yeah.
disappointment, is a good ass pilot. We're able to see the pilot correct it and make a safe emergency controlled landing, like
Mm.
perfectly touches down.
Oh, nice.
And
Everyone claps.
you
All
know,
of the passengers clap for him. Yay, we
the
made it. Or, this
seatbelt
doesn't
light
look
goes
like
on.
Burbank, but
Ding!
yeah. Please keep your seatbelts on. Yeah.
Yes, securely fastened. And
Mm.
also, I hate to give it to her. Gadget's planned
Mm.
work because we do see now cop cars who saw a plane
Uh,
crash landing in the desert,
yeah,
zooming out
good.
towards the factory, the statue which the plane landed by.
Yeah.
And yes, we see Todd, Mrs. Sweeney, all the cats, like get arrested, which I'm
Cats,
gonna
another Broadway
say
musical. Anyways,
exactly
wait, who did Cats? Who wrote Cats?
Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Okay, duh. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, thank
Very
you. I was like, I
different
know
than
it wasn't Sondheim. I
Sondheim.
know. I was like,
Yes.
I know it wasn't, but who was that
No.
again? Okay,
Our boy
thank
Andrew
you.
Weber,
Yes, the
based on
other
the poetry
prolific.
book by T.S. Eliot. Fun fact is what the musical is based
Oh,
on. A lot of the
man.
poems
Yeah,
were songs that Andrew Lloyd
teaching
Webber
me
made.
musical facts. I
I know
love it.
I've got a treasure
Thank
trove
you.
up here.
Told you guys,
So
she said.
I'm on it.
Readjusts the
So,
glasses.
anyways,
Well, actually, that was
based on a
Andrew Lloyd
poetry book,
Webber.
based on
Actually
the
inspired
poetry
by
book by
T.S.
T.S.
Eliot.
Eliot. Thank you very much. Yeah, did I recite one of those poems in fifth grade when we had to memorize a poem and say it to the class? Yeah, I did. Thank you
Damn.
very much.
Okay. Would have hated being in fifth grade with you.
You
Everyone
would
else is probably doing like Cat in the Hat,
have,
fucking
yes.
the Hungry Hungry Caterpillar.
Yeah.
Grace is like a poem by T.S. Eliot.
Jellicle cats. Let me tell you
Yeah.
about them. I mean, you barely got through high school dealing with me too, so I was no
Yeah, I
different
know.
ever.
Yeah, yeah. Fifth grade
Okay,
probably
because
would have
we're
been
the
a little
same.
worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I act like
So
I wouldn't have done something similar, but for like a
exactly.
sci-fi, an old like classic sci-fi book or something, like fucking
Exactly.
H.G. Wells, I would have been referencing, or like
Exactly.
Rudyard Kipling or something.
Right. Like no matter
Like,
what, people are gonna hate us.
yeah, right, one way or another.
Exactly.
Anyways,
So
mm,
like I assume I retcon and decided that like they all got arrested because technically like they
yeah,
weren't feeding people with these. This wasn't yet FDA violations. I'm gonna assume that like this was illegal poaching, that these birds were maybe
yeah.
endangered. It's a flyway zone, like byway zone.
Oh,
So like
and
they killed all
the
these birds
land,
illegally.
yes, that's probably the number one
Yes,
for
that's what I'm
sure.
assuming was
And
happening here.
two, like where jurisdictionally, like you can't
Yeah.
just build a building wherever you want, you know? You got
Exactly.
to
Even
pay
out there in the
taxes,
desert,
you got to
y'all.
pay fees. Exactly. Like
Yes.
somebody owns that land or oversees that land.
Yeah.
And
It's
so like
certainly not
there's some,
Mrs.
I'm sure there's
Sweeney.
I'm sure she's not paying taxes on the property or like
Absolutely
employment
not.
taxes for her
No.
son and for actually it's just
Yeah.
her and her son, but still like she owes the government some things, both
Yes.
locally
A
and
lot of
federally.
things.
So if
Yes. So
nothing else, they can
she's
get her on
getting
that.
put
It's just
away
like
for good, I
it's
think.
just like freaking what's I can't believe I'm blanking on his name. Mobster, Chicago. You know, the mobster, literally of all mobsters.
Whitey
Um,
Bulger,
no,
Frank
I guess the other
Costello. He was in
monster.
Chicago though.
Yeah, man, I
John
can't believe it. Anyway,
Dillinger.
they got him on tax
Oh,
evasion.
Al Capone.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All I could think of was Al Pacino. I'm not gonna kid. I know that's not his name.
Yeah, I you see you say the taxes. Yes, Al Capone. That's how you
Yes,
get them. You always
that's how
get
you
them.
get him. You get
Dude,
him
the
on
IRS,
taxes.
we've talked about this so many times on the show. The
So
IRS
many
will
times.
fuck you up. The IRS and the
Yeah, do
mail,
not fuck
like
with them.
USPS,
Yeah,
do not
those
fuck with either of
two.
those
Yeah.
things. They'll take
Yeah,
you
pay your
down.
taxes and do not commit mail fraud because both of
Exactly.
those
They
government
gonna get
agencies will
you.
come after you. Yeah, they're gonna
Yes.
find you.
So,
So
yes, that's why I assume they're getting taken on. I agree. Mrs. Sweeney is getting put away for good for all of that. I
good,
think Todd is going to get off, maybe get some help that he needs, get
good.
some, yeah,
Hopefully,
I think he'll get
he was
help.
definitely being manipulated here. I don't think he
Exactly.
was
It's definitely being
genuinely
abused. Yes,
evil.
he was,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. He didn't understand what was happening. And as they get arrested, the cop comments that this is the biggest case they've had around these parts in a long time. And
Oh,
everyone looks at Chip to be like, see, you got the big case that you wanted. And
win-win.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got what you came for. And Chip, honestly, kind of an asshole move. He's like, what really mattered in the end was helping our friend Midge. To which I say,
Oh, fuck
Midge,
you.
please.
Fuck
Yeah.
you, Chip. Like,
Chip,
seriously? You
like,
suck.
yes, it worked out that we got here and we saved like thousands of lives, but like, except for the ones Gadget tried to end. But beyond that, Gadget's really leading into Chip being a jerk, so they don't have to be like, Gadget, what if that hadn't worked? Would all of them died? Gadget, you good? So she's like, wow, Chip.
Chip,
Now you
really?
care about friends.
Wow. Wow. Oh,
Now you am I right,
man.
guys? Wow, Chip. Wow, am I right? Yeah. And that's at the end.
Great job.
Thank you.
First of all, great job.
Thank
That
you.
was amazing. But also that episode reminded me how dysfunctional the Rescue Rangers are and
Oh, we're a
how
fucking
like
mess.
they all have like ear redeeming qualities. Like
Yes, which is why it's such a
there's
fun
something that
show.
you can hate about each and every one of them
Yes,
besides Zipper. Zipper's the only one who
tried and
like is
true.
always in the right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably because we can't
Oh
understand him,
my
so we don't know
God.
what shit he's saying.
Yeah, he's actually probably the worst, but
Yeah,
there's a language barrier, so we
yeah,
don't,
we just
yeah.
can't hear how horrible he is.
Chip is the worst. Talk about
Yeah,
that's a master class of gaslighting.
yes,
Like, yeah,
exactly.
the case was groundbreaking and that's awesome,
But
but Midge,
it's
we
about the
saved
friends we
Midge. I
made
can't
along the
believe you guys.
way.
I
I can't believe you guys
can't
didn't
believe
want
you
to do
guys
this
didn't want to
case.
help Midge.
Yeah,
Like, I
that's
can't
so
believe you guys didn't
cruel.
want to help our new friend. How
Right.
mean?
Our new best friend. You know what? We need to take
Yeah.
her to the coast the rest of the way, everyone.
Exactly. We've got to help her. But also, I mean, to be fair, they didn't. Did she reunite with her family in the end?
I
Or her
assume that they then
flock?
go take her to the coast.
Okay.
I assume Chip
Okay.
leans in and is like, we gotta finish the job, everyone.
Yeah.
So he
I
doesn't look
guess
like the asshole that he is.
too late. I gue-
Yeah.
um I guess my assumption was that her flock
Got
also
like
got
stopped
sucked
on the
up
way.
in this thing and
It's
that they were
unclear.
also in there somewhere and that they were released and she reunited with them. But I guess
Unclear.
I kind of like that storyline better. We're
Yeah.
on the way to find them.
Right.
They
It's because, yeah,
uncover
they
this
got
other
lost to
mystery.
begin with. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Interesting.
yeah. So, there
Nice.
you go.
Wow. Great job. Great
Thank you.
job. That
Thank you.
you're right. Pie in the sky.
Pie
My
in the sky.
simple mind would
My,
say,
oh
hey,
my.
a Thanksgiving episode that we can retcon into being Thanksgiving themed. And then I would have
No,
watched it and
ma'am.
been pissed that we didn't talk about it in Halloween because, yeah, I
Again,
got a whole list of scary movies to watch in the next week or so after
yes,
listening to this that are,
for
yeah, I'm
real.
very excited about. So
Yeah,
awesome.
it was great.
Awesome.
It really shook me this whole episode,
Yeah.
and I loved it. And again,
Yeah.
like I just Rescue Rangers is just so insane. Of like, remember our like cult episode? Like that's I think one of my favorite episodes
Oh
I've
my
ever
God,
done
that's
was
right.
straight up
Yeah,
like
the
the
sticky soda
Jonestown.
cult.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
where
like
they,
straight up
yes, and
Jonestown
like all
episode.
drinking the fizzy soda or
Yes,
whatever. Oh my
exactly.
God, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
it's an insane show.
there was also something in the rainforest too, right? About like a logging mob or
Yes,
something like
yes,
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
They
which like is
fully
a
went into the
legitimate concern and
deforestation.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Again, and
Mhm.
a sign of the times, like cartoons could talk about way crazier things
Dude,
back in the
they
80s and
did
early
the Tower of
90s.
London episode, which like
That's
then we went into
right.
the lore of the
The
Tower of
ghosts.
London. Yeah.
Yeah.
On the murders
Oh
there. Yeah. So anyways, this
man.
show
I'm sure there's
crazy.
others. They did the racist Jamaican
Yeah, oh
bats
yeah,
or
they
the
did
racist
that. They
depiction
sure
of
did
Jamaican
that.
bats, which that was a whole thing.
Yep.
And yeah, man, Chippendale Rescue
Chippendale.
Rangers doing it all. We love it.
Crazy. Yep.
Great.
So that kicks off everyone our start of our holiday arc, but
Oh,
specifically our
yeah.
Halloween arc, a week early because we love Halloween. Next week,
Mhm.
Alexis will be back to tell us I don't know what, I don't know what show. We'll find
Get
out, and I
excited.
cannot wait. And between now
Hmm.
and then, Alexis, who should our listeners and viewers tell about our show?
This week you should tell Marie Callender, the famous maker of
Oh,
pies. I'm
whoa.
pretty sure she's not alive anymore, but it's like one of those big brands if you're walking through the
Yeah, I was
grocery
gonna
store.
say.
Marie Callender pies. Yeah, I don't know. Tell whoever the CEO of that company is.
Damn, that's a good
Ah,
one.
although be like not saying that we're saying this is how your pies are made, but
Allegedly.
allegedly, are these how pies are made? Anyways, who should they tell?
Is it bad if I then immediately say tell the who's it? Betty Crocker Company?
Oh yeah, they make them too.
Are they
like doughs.
Is that the same company? Yeah. Are they owned by the same parent company?
Is it monopolized now? It might be now. I don't know.
Either way,
I don't think
tell
so.
whoever runs that arm of that probably monopolized baking.
Yeah. Even
company.
if they were monopolized, probably different. Yeah, they got different.
Exactly, they got different executives here. So tell them. And again, we're not saying that their pies are made of humans or non-traditional meats. Just
no, absolutely not.
Crust.
Yeah, no, yeah.
But maybe publish where you guys are getting your meat from. Just a thought. Just a this time of year, be really clear about it. Maybe just I don't know.
Do that.
Yeah, actually, that's there's a reason they don't do that. Anyways,
exactly. Well, so on that note,
see y'all next week.
Until next week. Bye. Thanks for tuning in to Saturday Morning Mysteries.
If you enjoyed this episode, please share, rate, review, leave us a like, and drop a comment. We post episodes every Saturday and bonus tune tangents whenever we feel like it. So please subscribe so you don't miss the shenanigans.
And if you want to follow us on YouTube, click the bell under the YouTube subscribe button to receive notifications when new videos are posted.
And if you want to subscribe to the podcast, we have no idea what you're listening to us on, so just hit the big subscribe button on whatever app you're using. We believe in you.
Give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram at SatmornMist, all the abreves, and let us know if you have any episode or show requests by emailing SaturdayMorningMysteries@gmail.com.
Thanks to Jenna Kendall for the logo design and to Ava Sakiki for the music used during this week's episode.
See y'all groovy kids next week on Saturday Morning Mysteries.